when we use the large of nuclear bombs. It may make humanity come to an end with the extinction. Like the extinction of dinosaurs, how it can to do. And this is the truth. Scientist, Governor General, President, Prime Minister and people must know, as everyone is part of the world citizen. This is new theory, and new knowledge I call Set Zero Theory, the dinosaurs and the mankind extinction theory. This truth is a new knowledge of the extinction of dinosaurs. No one has ever discovered. The new theory invented by study information to write in the book. My book, its name, The End of Dinosaurs. There are many evidences that makes me believe, and to be confident. Indeed, these dinosaurs did not die because of the impact of the fall of the giant asteroid. The giant asteroid has fallen. It made the large dust to cover the world and caused dinosaurs to lack food and eventually die. All scientists know about the end of dinosaurs just like this story, but they are not. Forget it. This is a hidden truth. The fact that no scientist has discovered it. Set Zero Theory is, the world was hit by a giant asteroid 65 million years ago. It's true. And this event has caused, give birth to the new event, twins event of collision, that has made our world burned all over. That time to the fact. This era it have the air at the mass of oxygen is greater than present day. Almost 2.5. The air contains a lot of oxygen gas, and it making the dinosaur body too enormous. While the giant asteroid pressure, the air being pressured by the impact of the explosion. No one expected. When the weather is severely compressed it will rise to 700 degrees Celsius and become fire and explode by itself. With just seconds it will increase compression and blasting well as a chain reaction. Aggressive. Spreading endlessly. Now all the gas of oxygen has become a fuel, and become a giant firewall. It is over 8 kilometers, moving at the speed of sound, and burn everything in front. With more heat 2000 degrees Celsius, it swallowed everything. Trees and grasses and dinosaurs. Burned in a giant fire. In the heat, the dinosaurs were burned and exploded. Because the water in the body suddenly becomes steam. Immediate a lot of pressure on their bodies. So burst into little pieces. Become particles and smoke. And drifted up into the atmosphere. And this wall of fire it may take up to 3/4 of the world's space. When you compare size, Hiroshima nuclear bomb blast, it is very smaller, cannot compared to this situation. It's bigger than any time, and burn everything on the surface. Only the emptiness and the smoke of burning. The air for breath is less than 10%. There are no living things on the surface. But there is also a place to escape the burning, such as caves. With closed environment, there are still animals like birds, chameleon, reptiles, including other mammals, survivors and ruling the world later. And this is the whole story, and when the time pass, a lot of smoke have fallen down and become thick limestone layer, and represent the time when we called the last dinosaurs on Earth. We call it Cretaceous. Evidence that our world was burned down. Brief description. 1. The mass of oxygen that is missing a lot. Oxygen gas at that time. Lost over 80% or more. Total weight of several 100,000 billions tons or maybe much more. Disappear. Left a little. The rest may not be enough for big animals to breathe. And this event has never been talked about or calculated. At the present time there are no ways to take a lot of air for depletion. It must happen to make something happen. These masses disappear, that is using them as fuel, so they can get rid of them. 2. Below the bottom of the Cretaceous layer, from worldwide, there is a layer of orange stone. Stay underside everywhere. Some are just a few cents thick. Somewhere a thickness of several inches. Because the soil contains components of iron and inorganic substances. When burned in high temperature, organic ingredients are burned. Only iron still remain, and the color of the iron will appear. is orange. This evidence shows that the surface is burned by thousands of degrees of heat. When it ended, smoke and particles came down later and become a rock layer of Cretaceous. 3. The mixture of Cretaceous layers contains components, calcium elements. When the body is burned and exploded, their bodies have become a little particle, but the properties of calcium still remain. When it falls to the ground and becomes a Cretaceous layer. When the scientists take study element, the discovery of calcium is an important component of this rock, but they do not know where it come from.